Hi everyone, so that cat mommy here, and I'm out on my catio trying to hide from the sun, but I wanted to put this video out because so many of you guys have been asking me about it, and that is about my experience growing catnip. Now, this was the first year that we ever grew catnip, and we actually did it because we were looking at like plants. We really wanted to have plants, and my big thing was I didn't want to have a plant that I had to worry about my cat eating and getting sick or knocking over or not. Like, I wanted to have a plant that my cat could it was for them. That was what I wanted to grow. So we decided we were going to do catnip, and I just bought a regular plain pack of seeds. It was nothing special. There's no like special magic to the seeds that I got, and the seeds that I actually got didn't come with any instructions, so I wouldn't recommend buying them because they had no instructions. And so when I looked online and began to like study like how do you grow catnip and like what's the deal with all of it, I realized it was kind of complicated, or at least the online instructions were complicated to me. And so I kind of threw those out of the window because I was like, I don't want to do all this. And as you can see, they're extensive. It was a whole lot of steps, a whole lot of stuff I didn't want to do. And I'm like, I'm just going to try to just plant them and see what happens. So I followed the same instructions that we had followed for using my cat grass, the grass that my boys eat, and it seemed to work pretty good. But I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips that I have learned since growing it that I think will help you guys if you are. So you don't have to buy expensive seeds or anything like that. Like, I think mine were, it was, a pack was 59 cents, so it was fairly inexpensive. The one thing that I did need was pots, which was hard to come by in 2020 because everybody was doing gardening stuff, but I finally found some that I liked. And so this is the pot that I got, and this is one of the pots that I got. I have 3 catnip plants. So there's this one, and then there's this one, and then there's this guy, all out of one seed pack. Now, the one thing that I did learn, if I had to do it all over again, I would get bigger pots than this, because I didn't realize that catnip quite grew this tall, or that it actually looked like this when it grew. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this, and I think these pots are a little small. I have seen other people selling like catnip kits that come with a pot, and I don't know how that catnip grows inside that pot, but it does, because it looks tinier than these. But I was really surprised at how big it got and how easy it was to grow. So this is what I did. This is definitely not following the instructions on Google, because I was like, whatever, I'm just going to do it my way. And yeah, I'm the same person that throws out the IKEA instructions. Is like, this is fine, I got this. So what I did was I dug a little hole down inside of each of these planters, like 5 or 6 little holes. I kind of spread the seeds around, and I dug them maybe like an inch deep, maybe an inch and a half, and then I just placed a handful of seeds inside these planters. I really didn't expect it to grow, so I was kind of like shocked when it actually did grow, and it got this big. Now, we started out with these just in 2 planters, and when it got like maybe 6 inches tall, I decided to split it because they were just packed out. Both of the planters were packed out. So I transferred them into a different pot to get them to grow. So very easy. All I had to do was basically water them and leave them outside. Now, I did do this in April. It was after the first frost here in North Carolina, which I think frost, they said, would definitely kill these. So I don't know how it's gonna how long these are going to last once the summer is over. And if you are in an area that it is frost, then you might want to grow this inside. I chose to grow it outside because I have a really hard time with things inside, like plants. They die on me, and they just do better for me outside. So we did grow these outside. It took probably, I would say, about 3 weeks for them to get this size. One of the things that's great about catnip, and I don't know why more people don't grow it, obviously, other than they just don't love cats, but the one thing that shocked me was when you don't have to like guess when the plant needs water. It's hot here in North Carolina right now, so we water it every single day. But if it needs more water, the plant actually starts to droop and look wilted. And you can just put water in it then, and within 2 hours, it's perked back up. So for people that are like, I kill stuff, I don't know when to water it, I overwater it, I underwater it, whatever, I would recommend these because they will look wilted, and as long as you just water them, they will come back to life pretty fast. Now, we have planters that have drainage trays in them. I was actually going to show you guys so they don't get overwatered. So this is our planter. It has a drainage tray in it. It actually has water in it right now. But that helps with if you're an overwaterer like me, because I don't know how much water it needs. I'm not a huge plant person, but like I said, I can grow stuff outside. So ease to grow, ease to know when to water, like super simple, super easy. So now I know you want to know, well, what do my cats think about it? Well, my cats, I have one cat that really likes catnip and another cat that can take it or leave it. And sometimes he's into it, but you know, he's not as crazy about it as the other cat. So we really wanted to grow it, again, like I said, because we wanted to grow a plant. And we thought that it would be, you know, good for them. So we have started, and I had different ideas. Like you can turn this into tea, and you just put the leaves in the tea and kind of grind it up and put it in like a diffuser and set it in water. And you can make catnip tea or catnip water. Obviously you don't want to give your cat anything hot to drink, so the tea would need to be cooled. But we thought we could do that. I haven't tried that yet because I actually found, what I found weird was after it grew for a little bit, I took like a leaf off and like offered it to my cats, and they really didn't want much to do with it. And it wasn't until I was doing a photo shoot with the catnip plants and my cat that likes catnip, and he really wasn't paying much attention to him. He was just kind of in there, you know, looking around, poking his head out. And then one of these branches snapped. He stepped on it and it snapped, and he went berserk. He was like climbing in the plant and rubbing his face in it and rolling around, and I was like, okay, this is what it is. You have to like snap it or grind it up to get the scent to release. And what was weird to me was I can smell it. I've never smelled catnip before, like dried up or in anything like that. It doesn't have a scent to me. This smells a lot like mint. It's the closest, that's the closest thing that I can think of that it smells like is mint. So it did leave my hands smelling like minty fresh, and then I could pet him. And so what we do now is we give them like a little piece that we just break off, and we snap it in like 7 different pieces and then just give it to him, and he plays with it for a little while, and then of course he's over it. And then the other one we give just like the top part, which I don't think is as potent. For some reason the stems contain a lot of the scent, more so than the leaves. And so for our other one, we just give him the top part. We just cut the top part and give the bottom part to the cat that prefers the catnip, and he likes it. I mean, he'll sniff it, he'll put his face in it, and then he likes to sit on top of it more so than to like roll around and really play with that much. He definitely sits on top of it. But the other one, Bootsy, who is the one that loves catnip, actually doesn't just want his piece of catnip or his little stem of catnip, but he wants his and his brother's because he loves it so much. So it's kind of their fun activity we get to do with them in the evenings. We come, we sit out on the patio, we give them some catnip, we let them rub their face around in it, and it's some enrichment and something new, and we get to hang out with them for a little bit. And they get to be what I call cute kitty, where they just roll around on their back and they're just purring and looking so insanely happy. So if you have a cat that is interested in catnip and you're thinking about, or you like plants, I might suggest that you try growing catnip. Again, I was pleasantly surprised with it, and I think your kitty will be too. And I'd love to know in the comment section, is this something you think you would do? Do you think it's too hard? Has this video changed your mind about it? Are you going to try it? Have you tried it before? What has your experience been with your cats and fresh catnip? So let me know in the comments section. And if you like this video and got value, please hit that like button, and you can also share it with somebody you know that might enjoy it as well. That always helps my channel out. And if you want more content from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell to get notifications when I release new videos. Until I see you guys over on the next video, remember to keep living your most perfect life.